Hi there. Welcome back to James and James Podcast, where we're bringing you all your professional news. And today we're bringing you the Night of Champions. And the match we're going to start with, well, actually, this is one of our second podcasts already, is Trish versus Becky Lynch. I almost said Lita again. Becky Lynch. Now, again, they walked out. Their outfits were what? How were their outfits?
They were fully covered, right?
Yeah.
Fully covered.
Because they were in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Jeddah. Yeah.
Yeah, and over there, they had all the women, because they're weak, they have to be covered from head to toe. That's Saudi Arabia talking, not me. That's not me talking. And so they had to be covered head to toe. But Trish had something in her back.
That was thank you, Trish. I believe was the wording.
Yeah, and according to Becky Lynch, she's all like, "We get it. You helped out. Move on." But for Trish, this is her thing. Like, she just wants to remind everybody how great she was.
Yeah, and how she helped the women's era.
Yeah.
Even though she was Vince's dog.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Vince loved her. Yep. And then, but then the match starts, right?
Yes, and I think it was Becky that started off very strong in the match.
All right, but I don't. But hold on. Before you jump in, I know you want to jump real quick on the.
I'm talking about the very beginning, how Becky was the one starting off strong.
Yep, and all Becky did was throw a right hand.
Yeah.
And what happened to Trish?
She kind of fell, right?
She fell on her ass. I think that caught her off guard. She went, bam, like flat, pat her in the butt. And I'm like, what the heck? And then how did it go from there? Because you said it started real strong, right?
Yeah, Becky started the match real strong. But I think going in more to the match, I think Trish was the one kind of dominating the match the rest of the time. And kind of dominating over Becky a lot.
Yeah, and what I noticed about this one compared to other times that Trish, like back in her younger days, but this was more, I think Trish in the beginning, the first half, maybe 3/4 of the match, it was like if she was a heavyweight, because all she did was just throw kicks and hits. There was no, flying maneuvers or what do you call that Trish Stratus move she does and all that. The Stratus effect, whatever it is. She didn't do that towards the last quarter of the match. Mm-mm. So I was just wondering, like, because I know she tried in the other matches in the tag teams and all that before, and it really didn't look well for her, So I think she went back to basics. It worked out for her still, though, because she still dominated the match with that.
Yes, and but I mean that was a pretty good match, I would think, for the both of them. Pretty decent of a match, not too great, but pretty decent. Pretty mid.
Yeah, and then because to me it was like Trish is dominating the match. Becky Lynch comes back, and I'm like, well, based on my theories, if a person dominates the match, they're more likely they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And I think Trish was going to lose.
I think she was too, yeah. But then later into the match, though, I think we'll run this down your notes, but Zoey Stark comes out and attacks Becky. Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, who? Oh, that's right. Because Trish was trying to go under the ring,
yeah.
right? And then, like, she was trying to pull out something, or unless she was telling, like, hey, come on, it's time. And then that's when Zoey Stark from Games of Thrones came out and...
Games of Thrones.
Oh, is it not a Stark? It's not a Stark from that one?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then Zoey Stark. Just kidding. Zoey Stark. She came out, and what did she do to Becky?
She attacked her outside the ring. I think she did some sort of move, but she was attacking her.
All right, yeah. And I was kind of disappointed. I mean, if this was a match between them, but I guess Zoey Stark needs to make a name for herself.
Yeah, being fairly new to the roster.
Yeah, and I guess because Trish tried to pin Becky, it wasn't working out. Becky started coming back, so I guess he got desperate and said, you know what, I can't do it on my own. I'm going to need help.
Yeah. And I think who won? Was it Trish, right?
Yeah, Trish Stratus, because Zoey Stark getting in, which I thought was the dumbest ending. They had an opportunity to come out with a good match, and they just messed it all up.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed in this match at the end.
I'm starting to say they do that a lot now, actually, with some of these matches.
Yeah, I'm like, no. Like you mess it up. You had something good there, and you throw that in there.
Yeah.
I know Trish is not an older person, but she's not as young as he is. So I mean, she does good for what she's doing, you know. But I guess they got to bring up another name. So I guess as Trish starts going away, I'm not sure if she is or not. I'm just saying if she goes away,
I think she is.
Who is next? Who's next? They got to bring up this one person because I'm assuming Becky Lynch is going to go after who? Zoey Stark.
Yeah. So I do think Trish is on her way out now. I think it's time for her to leave and retire again, just like Lita did after WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, she can stay. I mean, there's nothing wrong about that. I mean, she does okay, but...
This is a good storyline, though, for Trish, though. It's kind of a good...
Yeah, because Trish could be like the manager now, you know? Yeah. She could do that.
Yeah, someone else, yeah.
Yep. I mean, they all have the opportunities to do that. I mean, unfortunately, there's not a lot of big names in the women's card, you know?
Yeah.
They have a lot of them, and a lot of them have too many gimmicks, and... some of them just don't make sense, you know. I don't understand it. I mean, when you got who's that little small girl,
Zelina,
Zane, the one who's trying to find Rhea Ripley, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, why? Like, come on, get real with this wrestling thing. How do you try to make women wrestling serious when you got Rhea Ripley fighting her?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It'll be different. I mean, like a Rey Mysterio brought his own name in. You know, he worked and got. I'm sure she did, but I don't see it in what we're watching right now. You know.
Yeah.
But unless this is the first time, but how do you bring somebody in that caliber to Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, Rhea Ripley had to work her butt off to get where she's at and fight these big nicknames, but she was able to stand toe to toe with them.
Yes.
All right. Anything else about this match? What else did you like about this one?
I think that's it for this match, to be honest.
Next, we have Gunther versus
Mustafa.
Mustafa. I was going to say, like, I thought it was Simba's dad or something in another life.
Another life.
All right. But you had some comments about this one. You were saying.
I did say little comments, but...
Wait, are you going to give away the ending first? Is that what you're going to do right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, when do you want to wait to the end?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay, so what did you think about the wrestling back and forth?
I think that was pretty good because with Ali starting the match strong, the bell rings, I think Ali kind of started off the match strong by attacking Gunther right away.
Well, I think Gunther was trying to go for him, right? And then, but move.
Oh, he moved outside the ring. Right, he moved outside the ring, I think.
Yeah, but I think Mustafa. Yeah. Mustafa was a little quicker than Gunther.
Yeah.
And I think that worked on him. Worked in his favor.
But then they start to wrestle a lot, and they see Ali kind of countering every move that Gunther does in fighting.
Yeah, and you could tell the crowd was really behind Mustafa on that one. And they really liked that. With him being
from there, yeah. I know it's pretty good also. But then Gunther kind of starts dominating the match. He starts like beating up Ali.
Now, did you notice, though, Gunther kept... making himself like bigger.
Yeah.
Like I think he pictured himself an Omos against Mustafa. And I'm like, why are you thinking like that? Why are you trying to be like that? You're a slim 250, right? Or something. Like, come on. Like, no. I mean, that's what I got out of that match.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Gunther was trying to do something like that, you know? I mean, if you're strong, great, and do that, but I mean, what, you're going to get yourself against Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar now or Omos, and they're going to be like, oh, mommy, you know, start going somewhere else. But I thought that was kind of dumb. But I did notice that Gunther was getting frustrated a lot.
Yeah. And that's how he does in the match. He kind of like commands or gets frustrated in his matches. Yeah,
because he kept getting frustrated because Mustafa would, you know, come in and do some moves and, you know, knock him down.
Yeah, Mustafa is pretty good at the high flying stuff, to be honest. He's pretty good at that.
But the only problem is like you said, the high flying stuff, they do that because that's where the power comes in.
Yeah.
Because I guess with their slim bodies, like they don't have enough power behind their punches or kicks. So they got to do a lot of flying things where the whole body, you know, momentum pushes Gunther away or gives him a good kick in that. So, which frustrated Gunther a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we saw in the match a lot.
Yeah, and what else did you have about that? And then, did you have anything between the match? Because to me, it was a very simple match. It didn't. yes, Mustafa did some moves. Gunther, like, oh, I'm a big guy or something, but it was never really like interesting to me.
And I saw that too a little bit.
I'm like, this is like, come on, like.
But I do feel like the intensity was there though. Yeah. I do feel it was there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was there.
But with that match, though, I do think Ali kind of gave it his all in that match. He really tried to beat him. Now, I do have a few comments about that match. Because with Ali being there, and it's kind of confusing now since the Sami Zayn match, finding his hometown with his family there, and he losing against Reigns. So ever since that match, I always have doubts when they're finding hometown with them not winning. And that's what we saw in this match.
Yeah, and that's something you got to be careful about too, because can you imagine if you wrestle at your hometown
and you lose?
No, I'm just saying, and it's a sure deal that you're going to win.
Yeah.
So what if you win the championship, like the heavyweight champion, the day before or the week before, and you're like, oh dang it, I'm wrestling Omos and that's his hometown, so I got to give him the belt now. Like, so yeah, the hometown, yeah. And what's that called? It's called pulling the rug from under you. That's what the term is, like that, because you're like, you think it's going to happen, and then boop, nope, that's not what happened. And a lot of times it gets people frustrated and mad, and that's what they want. They want them like, oh my God, why are they doing that?
I do think that match was lightning in a bottle again. It's like the Cody match. That would have been good for him to win.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I even told you, I go, he's probably going to win because he's in, Abu Dhabi, not Abu Dhabi, I mean, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but like I said, since that Sami Zayn match, it's kind of weird now, like predicting the wins in their whole town.
I mean, Gunther, what's his name? Mustafa, to me, came out of nowhere against. Did he have to go through a match?
Yeah, anything? He did. He was in a battle royal.
That's right. Yeah, he did do that. Okay, never mind what I said then. Okay, but yeah, Gunther was frustrated. Mustafa did some moves, but it really wasn't that interesting. Like, I didn't see anything like a wow or something in there.
Yeah, me too. But I think that's all we have for this match.
All right. Don't forget that James will have all the social media stuff in the description down below. Don't forget to like this video. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time.
Peace.